Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. When Big Brother legend Rachel Reilly speaks, fans listen, especially when she's dishing on what's changed in the game she helped define. The fiery redhead, who has appeared on Big Brother twice, recently made headlines for making fun of today's recruits, which are contestants chosen by producers rather than genuine superfans who work hard. Even though she clearly meant what she said in jest, a lot of her fans and even some of her former house guests couldn't help but agree that Rachel might have said something that everyone has been thinking for years. A queen with credentials. For anyone unfamiliar with Reilly's legacy, here's a quick refresher. Rachel first stormed into the Big Brother house in Season 12 back in 2010. She quickly became one of the show's most talked-about players due to her fiery demeanor, emotional gameplay, and the enduring catchphrase, "Nobody comes between me and my man." Though she didn't win her first season, she returned for Big Brother 13 in 2011 and dominated, ultimately taking home the $500,000 prize. Rachel has since become synonymous with the franchise as a whole. She's appeared on The Amazing Race multiple times, often alongside her husband and fellow BB alum Brendan Willigus, made cameos in other Big Brother seasons, and remained an active presence in the fan community. Her personality, equal parts glam, strategy, and authenticity, made her unforgettable. So when Rachel decides to comment on the evolution of Big Brother, her words carry weight. The moment that sparked it all. The buzz started when Rachel appeared on a recent Big Brother-themed podcast where she was asked about how the game has changed since her time. She laughed and said, I watch some of these recruits come in and I'm like, do they even know how to play? She continued, back in my day, we were fans, adding her signature mix of sass and humor. We had memorized every twist after watching every season in competition. Now, half these people get cast because they look good on Instagram. As a nod to how much the casting style of the show has changed, the comment was meant to be lighthearted. But the internet, as always, ran with it. Fans flooded social media with memes, quotes, and enthusiastic agreement. Rachel said it best. One user posted on X, formerly Twitter, "Too many new recruits, too few players." Another fan wrote, "We need more Rachels and fewer influencers who don't even know who Dr. Will does." A change in Big Brother's era because, well, they reflect a truth that's hard to ignore. Rachel's comments hit a nerve. In the early seasons of Big Brother, most house guests were superfans. They watched the show religiously, understood the social and strategic dynamics, and came to play hard. Respecting the show's deep strategic roots, they were familiar with iconic moves from Janelle Pierzina's competition streaks to Dan Giesling's funeral. But as the series evolved, casting shifted towards a broader entertainment appeal. Producers began bringing in models, influencers, and people who were scouted, not applicants who lived and breathed Big Brother. These recruits often brought personality and drama, but sometimes lacked the strategic depth longtime viewers craved. Rachel, being the ultimate example of a fan-turned-champion, represents a generation of players who knew the game inside and out. Her subtle jab wasn't about being mean. It was about protecting the integrity of the show she loves. Big Brother has always been about social strategy. Rachel explained during the interview, "If you're just there for screen time or followers, you're missing what makes it special. It's chess, not checkers." Rachel is supported by fans. The online response was overwhelmingly positive. Her sincerity was applauded by fans in Reddit threads that lit up. One person wrote, "Rachel's right. You can tell when someone's been watching for years versus when they were recruited a month before filming. A different hunger exists." Another added, "Love her or hate her, Rachel played the game. She cried, fought, won, lost, and gave us moments we still quote a decade later. These new recruits could learn a thing or two from her passion." And even former players weighed in. BB23 alum Tiffany Mitchell commented on Instagram, "Rachel Reilly will always keep it real. She's not wrong. The game hits different when you've been dreaming about that house your whole life." And BB24 winner Taylor Hale responded to a fan post about Rachel's remarks with a laughing emoji and said, "She said it for the culture." Why fans missed the superfan era? One reason why Rachel's comments resonated so strongly is that fans have long noticed the differences between older and newer casts. The earlier seasons had a rawness to them. Players made mistakes, overplayed, underplayed, and grew before viewers' eyes. The newer recruits sometimes appear more polished, media-trained, and self-aware about how they look on camera than about gameplay. When Rachel entered the house, She wasn't thinking about brand deals or social media followers. Rather, she was thinking about staying another week. Today's recruits often come in with built-in fan bases or influencer deals, changing the tone of the show. However, not all current players fall into that trap. Season 27's cast, for example, had a mix of recruits and superfans, and the dynamic created both chaos and entertainment. But it's undeniable that Big Brother feels different, and Rachel's playful critique reminded everyone why the old-school era still holds such a special place in fans' hearts. Rachel's legacy lives on. The impact that Rachel Reilly had on Big Brother cannot be overstated. Her gameplay inspired future generations of house guests, especially women who wanted to play hard without apology. Her authenticity, emotional vulnerability, and willingness to be the villain if necessary changed the show's DNA. In many ways, her commentary isn't just criticism. It's a love letter. Rachel cares deeply about the game and its future. She wants new players, whether recruited or not, to honor the show's spirit, take risks, make moves, and play like it matters. Even if you're a recruit, you can still become a superfan, Rachel said in a follow-up interview. Watch the past seasons, learn from the greats, understand why people still talk about Janelle, Dan, Derek, and Dr. Will. It's not just luck, it's passion. That's quintessential Rachel. Honest, passionate, and fiercely protective of the show she helped define. The fans want her back again. Following her viral comments, fans started campaigning online for Rachel to return to the house one more time, maybe in an All-Stars 2.0 or Legends season. Bring her back to show the recruits how it's done, one fan tweeted. Another wrote, Rachel and Big Brother 30 would be poetic justice. One last ride for the queen. Rachel hasn't ruled it out either. She teased the idea on social media, writing, never say never. I could always go for another comp or two. If that ever happens, one thing's certain. She'd enter that house with the same fire she had over a decade ago, and maybe a little extra motivation to prove her point about what makes a real player. Because, in the end, she's not just Rachel Reilly, she's right. And nobody comes between her and her love for Big Brother.